for football. So are they, as the Packers get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Lambeau. Rodgers on the return. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should have been up back-to-back first downs. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now it's Rodgers. He'll find DeGuara complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Jones. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Packers have taken the early lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw here's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Steps away to his left. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big play there on the catch and run. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now Roethlisberger to Claypool. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another first down run right there.
Bring it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Benny Snell from 3 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Rodgers on the return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. On second down, it's Jones, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Niners down, they ran it and picked it up.
On play action, Rodgers. He'll buy some time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 30.
They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He'll find Jones again, complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. Now Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Crosby with the extra. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Here's Johnson with a reception. 20.
Oh, we got
and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, 77 yards. And the Steelers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he gets halfway. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return, Shandon Sullivan. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Rodgers' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. 2nd and 2. To throw, it's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And that will line up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And hit 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
They'll roll him out right. And he finds his target, Ebron. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Harris. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the 1st down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
It's a jet sweep. Roethlisberger bats it forward. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool on a touchdown throw from Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play, partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Rodgers on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And they're going to be set up beautifully. A heck of a return down inside the 40-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 5. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now Jones. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught by Jones. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the...
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Mercedes Lewis, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Packers are an extra point away from taking the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here I come. Here I come.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
That, like 20. 50. You. 51.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play that time through the air. 38 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Open space inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Roethlisberger looking to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. Defense blitzed, but they picked it up pretty well.
Allowed their man to stand firm in the pocket and not be hurried, didn't it? That allowed him to make the nice throw downfield to help complete that play.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll go out of bounds after.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
They'll run on 1st down. It's Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they will get the timeout. So 3 seconds remaining, and they can trot out the field goal unit and try to send this one to overtime. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it's partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Rodgers on the return. And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. On first down, it's Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. To throw is Rodgers. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. 5. Well, good start for him under center here in overtime. Now 3 of 3.
And this is where you have to know who you have playing quarterback. You've got a confident thrower right now, someone who's taking care of the ball, but not being timid as well, and is moving the team downfield. That opens up your playbook and allows you to dial up some big shots if you want them.
Jones with a nice gain there on first down as he takes us forward and call it a pickup of 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Rodgers. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners here.